Adidas Sambas, I'm sure you have seen them everywhere. They're such an it shoe right now. Today, I have 8 different outfit ideas for you and how to style your Adidas Sambas. And they're ranging anywhere from basic athleisure all the way up to sort of like a casual workwear and really everything in between from elevated lounge to jeans, casual, all that kind of stuff. So I have lots for you in this video. And then at the end of the video, I'm also going to go over sizing because I know I actually really struggled to find information about what size to get these in, as well as recommendations on where to buy, where I bought them, and all that kind of good stuff. All right, let's get into the looks. Getting into our first look, I wanted to do something really, I don't know, just kind of here and now and current. And we're gonna chat about it. If you didn't know, I do save my favorite look till the end. So I just wanna get that out there. Hang till the end if you wanna see my favorite look. So I went with a cargo pant, which is very much kind of here and now vibes. I tend to want to put a lot of the outfits together with more of cooler undertone stuff because the particular pair of Adidas Sambas that I have are leaning more cool tone. I don't have to do that, but it's like, I struggle not to do that. So anyway, these cargo pants are very much like a taupey color. I felt like it went really well with some of the suede material that was in the sneaker itself. And then I just went with like a basic fitted Henley, which is definitely more of a gray. So, you know, you kind of got the gray, the taupe. I feel like it was working and I really liked that. And then I paired everything down with, I'd say definitely more simple jewelry, but also gold. I like to do that sometimes when I'm wearing a very cool tone look because I feel like the more obvious answer is to probably wear silver jewelry, which is inherently cool toned. But you know, you kind of do the opposite and do gold. So I kind of like that. And it's even a little bit more of like a sleek, elevated hairstyle. I remember this was the first time that I wore my hair slicked back like this. I still don't really know how I feel about it. But, you know, the whole outfit starts, you know, with the space buns. I'm just kidding. That's today. So yeah, moving on. For the next look, I really like this look. If you're not new here, you know I love me a good crop pant. I love crop pants. So here we have a cropped sweatpant, and I really like the play on this of adding a blazer to it because it's obviously very opposite in nature, you know, like sweatpants, blazer. And the addition of the striped black and white tee, I actually thought was a really nice play on the stripe part of the Adidas shoe. Obviously not that you have to do that, but the fact that it kind of happened, I loved it. And what I was talking about with the taupe earlier in the first look, I paired this with a taupe bag. Literally for that reason, I was like, oh, I want to bring in the taupe somewhere. Again, you really don't have to do that. I'm a little much on some of my color pairings here, but that's what we did with that. I made sure that the shirt underneath the blazer was a little bit more fitted. That's just speaking to me being more like a curvy pair. If I'm gonna wear something like a wide leg sweatpant with I'm gonna call this an oversized blazer. I get that it doesn't really look like it, but it fits a little bit more loose for me. So just given those two things on the top and the bottom, I just wanted to make sure that my shape didn't get lost, which is why I definitely wanted to pair it with a more fitted top. And my secret, if you haven't heard me say this before, is a lot of times people will ask me what bodysuit I'm wearing, and I am usually not wearing a bodysuit. I mean, I do, but usually I'm not. And my secret for that is to basically go down one size from your normal size and tuck it all the way in, like into your undies and everything, and trust me, it's not going anywhere. It ain't going nowheres, and it's basically just like a bodysuit. The tote bag that I described that I just had to bring in had some gold hardware on it, and I don't always match my hardware. I talk about that a lot, but this time I thought it was a nice touch to actually kind of go with it because again, I went with gold jewelry similar to the first look. So just the gold in the bag with the taupe in the bag, bringing in the taupe in the shoe, and then the gold jewelry and just in the stripes, and I like this one. Okay, I like it. Pardon the interruption. It is just me, host Jen. I just wanted to welcome you in to the channel. If you do happen to be new here, and if you are not new here, then welcome back. My channel is all about helping you be your most confident self through style and fashion. one of the things that we absolutely love to do on this channel is we like to cook looks in the kitchen. We be cooking dem looks. And that's exactly what we're doing here in this video for you today. So hopefully you're digging the look so far. So if you are looking for affordable outfit ideas from somebody that has a multiple styles disorder, let me know if you have it too, then definitely consider subscribing. And I always like to say, what do I always like to say? Subscribe if you're awesome, or subscribe if you want to be awesome. We would love to have you in this little corner of the interwebs in our awesome community. And I always like to warn people that I'm a little bit goofy. That's kind of a little like morning announcement that I like to get out of the way. And this is more of a styling video, so it's not so much about the actual pieces themselves. However, I do always like to link everything that I can. So I will have all the outfits numbered and listed and linked below what I can, if it is linkable, if it is still available. So definitely check the description box down below. And if you don't know how to get to the description box, just click the title of the video, which opens up a box, and then you can click more, and that will give you access to all of the links. I am also going to put all of the links in a pinned comment below the video as well for easy access. And if you do decide to use my links, please know how much I appreciate you. That does help out me and my channel, and I can never thank you enough. With outfit number 3, as promised in the beginning, I definitely have lots of different styles of look. So here's a perfect example of this one. Is definitely a little bit more elevated depending where you work and what the dress code is. Like, I think you could probably definitely get away with wearing this to work. Just, you know, obviously companies have been a little bit more casual depending on your industry, or even perhaps on a casual Friday. But I absolutely love these pants by Halara. I just actually recently shared them in a Halara haul. If you missed that video, I can definitely link it for you. But they're just the perfect fake it till they make it as a dress pant, is what I always like to say. They're very comfortable. I love that they're like this slate cool tone blue. Again, on the cool tones, like let's count how many times I say cool tone in this video. Okay. And obviously pairing it with more of like a skinnier, I think this even has a little bit of shine to it. This belt just adds a little bit to the dress effect. Here's another example where I don't know that it really looks like I'm wearing a bodysuit in this one, but it is a fitted top to kind of balance out the, you know, somewhat flowier of a pant, if you will. And then I did pair it down with all cool toned silver jewelry this time, you know, to just kind of go with the hardware that was in the belt, and just the purse that I put this with. I actually really like this purse. I got it at TJ Maxx. It's an Aldo purse, but I love that it's just kind of all black. Gonna go with everything as long as, well, I shouldn't even say as long as you're wearing black. Black generally goes with everything, so it's just gonna go with everything. And kind of didn't want to fight it, so went with the silver jewelry, and I do have on gray earrings that I thought kind of played nicely with the slate blue pants. And then adding a sneaker to something that is similar to a workwear trouser is definitely something that, you know, I'm taking from the Gen Z girlies. I was late to the trend and I really like it. I really like it. I'm going to keep doing it. I think it works perfectly with the Adidas Sambas, because the Sambas, they're definitely like a form-fitting style shoe. I would say that considering they're sort of like a logo branded shoe, because I feel like anytime you have maybe a logo branded shoe, meaning like Adidas, Nike, you know, all this stuff, I feel like it, you know, probably tends to look like a little bit less of a dressier sneaker. But considering all that, I still think they're a decently dressy sneaker. And I think that's just because they're very like fitted to your foot. They're not oversized. They're not puffy. They're not a platform. They're just kind of basic and simple. I'm really liking is this idea of taking a very much a lounge style pant, like the type of pant that is so comfortable that you could literally sleep in it and have no ifs, ands, or big butts about it. Okay. If you're new here, I say that a lot. Because my butt is massive. Hi, nice to meet you. And I just feel like pairing it down with some jewelry, a duster cardigan that's like a little bit more elevated. Like it's not like a loungy casual duster cardigan. It's a little bit of a nicer, perhaps you could even say workwear style duster cardigan. You know, a bag that has some gold in it and it's, you know, more of like a faux leather. It just elevates it. You know what I mean? Where if I wore this with an oversized graphic tee and some house socks, you would think that I was in my pajamas and not even question it. With these same pants. So I just love the versatility of outfits like this. This is really my bread and butter. And I think it goes perfectly with the Adidas. Again, it just kind of balances, again, with the warm and the cool tone. The pants are very warm tone. I wanted to pair them with a more cool tone top. I like to do that sometimes. I often stick within the tones, but I think if you do it right, and maybe you could argue I didn't do it right, I like it. I think they can blend together just beautifully. And then that little pop of green was just like, hey, you know, I'm here. And I'm Jen's favorite color. I'm one of her love languages. I have a lot of weird love languages. I never like to introduce a color sort of on its own. Not to say that I'll never do it, because sometimes I will. But I always like to sort of pare it down secondarily so that it looks extremely intentional and not accidental. So bringing in this green purse, which it's like, oh, hey, hi, green is here, hello. I wanted to make sure that I put green a couple other places. So this necklace, which is actually from Amazon, I'll link it. Like I said, I'll link everything that I can link, is perfect because it has sort of the tones of the pant in it as well as the tones of the green. And then I also have on some green, you know, kind of like faux leather style bracelets to make sure that the green is seen. The green is seen, okay? I love it. These pants are great. They're from Halara. I already kind of touched on them. They're super comfortable. And I actually really like that they sort of are a cargo pant light, meaning they've got pockets on the side, but they're not like the flappy pockets. They don't button on the side. So it just feels a little bit, I don't know, current now, all the things. And I know I'm not really talking much about sizing here, but anything that is linkable, just check the description box. I'll have the size next to it. I feel like this is definitely more about a styling video surrounding the Adidas Sambas, obviously. So if you're new here, I often go very in depth on sizing and things like that, but I'm not going to do that in this video, but check the description box. Everything will be there. And even if we aren't the same size, I always will say like, oh, it's true to size, or oh, it runs big, that kind of thing. We are about halfway through this video, so please give the video a like if you are digging it so far. That really helps out me and my channel, and I can never thank you enough. This next outfit is perhaps the mostest basic of the bunch here, but I know you guys are always looking for, you know, some more basic outfits as well. Fun fact about this one, this is actually what I wore to go to get my first tattoo. If that video is not out, it'll be coming out soon. I did like a little bit of a vlog, like come with me to get my first tattoo. So coming soon, coming soon. So again, with the cool tones, what did I say? I warned. Okay, these jeans, they're like a light gray color. I like that they have a cutoff bottom. They're sort of a flare boot cut, I would say. And unfortunately for this one, I don't have a ton of footage. Like this is the photo, but I actually thought it looked cute against this mural that was literally at the tattoo shop. We didn't have time, so we just grabbed one quick picture. And then obviously you can see here that it's with a mock neck, blue sweater type of situation. And then I wanted to make sure that I brought in the black of the Sambas. So I just made sure to wear a black jacket as well as a black bum bag. And I think I have next to no jewelry on because I was also getting my ears pierced and stuff. So I know I might have had my rings on, but that was about it. And I liked how this one turned out. It's simple, but good. Let me know what you guys think in terms of seeing more simple looks. And I know I do get that request over on Instagram a lot. You know, I'm always just trying to give you what you guys want. Give you what you guys want. There is not a ton to say about this look other than I'm excited to have been able to bring also an athleisure look. My goal with this video is to really give sort of a whole repertoire, if you will, of how are we styling these Adidas Sambas. So I think an athleisure look with any sneaker or tennis shoe. Do you say sneaker or tennis shoe down in the comments? Let me know. I feel like I literally can't say tennis shoe in general. Like I was about to say, unless I was going to play tennis, but I don't even play tennis. But I know some people exclusively call sneakers tennis shoes. Please let me know down in the comments what you call them. I'm in the US, so either what part of the US you're from and or which part of the world you're from if you're not from the US. I'd be super curious to know what you be calling them sneaks. Like, what do you call Adidas Sambas? Do you say, oh, I gotta go put on my sneakers? I probably would say I have to go put on my Adidas, but I would not say I have to go put on my tennis shoes. I'm not hating. I think it's just where you're from. I think it's just where you're from. I'm from the East Coast, Pennsylvania, US. Anyway, this look is so basic. There's just really not much to say about it. I'm wearing the same bum bag that I wore before in the last look. I really like this athleisure style jacket from Walmart. Like the fact that it's kind of a tan, it's very neutral base. It's not cool tone. It's more of like a neutral tone. Even when I'm not talking about cool tones, I managed to bring up the word cool tone by saying it's not cool tone. Good job, Jen. You're doing great. And I just think it looks elevated. I think jackets like this, particularly I feel like in tan, they always look more elevated. Does anybody else think that? Like, for example, if this was in like a bright teal color, and I like bright teal, this is not me like, oh, I don't like bright teal. But I just think in this color, it just looks inherently more expensive. I don't know why. I don't know what that is. I feel like the same is with like a cream or ivory color as well. So I have them paired obviously here with joggers. I chose black joggers because of the black stripes and the Adidas. Again, you don't really have to do that, but I'm extra, you know? And one of the things that I always like to do with joggers, if they'll stay up, is I like to hike them up a little bit. If you have not tried hiking up your joggers, I'm telling you, it makes all the difference. You know what I equate it to? You know how like when you see all these people and stuff on Instagram or perhaps YouTube and they're like styling outfits and they're always kind of like rolling up their sleeves and rolling up their blazers or whatever, and they're kind of holding them there. Often people use a hair tie or a rubber band to kind of like hide under the fold and hold it there. And you're doing that because it gives it a little more zhuzh. I feel like pulling up or hiking up your joggers is, I wouldn't say it's as impactful as your sleeves, because your sleeves you're usually wearing like all kinds of jewelry and rings, if that's, you know, what kind of girly that you are. Unless you got a ton of anklets on, it's not exactly the same for your legs, but I feel like it's in the same camp. We're camping together. I feel like this one, in terms of being kind of like a workwear style look, is even more so than the last one, because we have sort of a trouser style pant. They are plaid. They're very comfortable. They're from Walmart. And I would say they can kind of lean one way or the other, casual or dress possibly. But I have it paired here with a sweater blazer, which is just a very fun pairing, I feel like, and it's very comfortable. So this is one of those outfits that I feel like it looks more elevated, but is extremely comfortable. Like you're kind of lounging, even though it doesn't really look like that. But this one's even more so, I think, than the last one, from the standpoint, like I feel like I could slip off my Sambas and put on heels and like I would look completely appropriate for work, like I was wearing a work trouser with sort of a casual blazer. But I think, again, pairing it with the Sambas is just kind of a fun little, it's a little mix. And I did want to dress it down a little bit more by putting it actually with a bum bag, crossbody kind of situation. I thought, versus, you know, more of like a structured bag, I thought that kind of, you know, played into the fact that I'm wearing a sneaker a little bit more, and it just kind of all gelled a little bit in terms of the juxtaposition between those two things of like, oh, is this workwear? Or oh, am I playing tennis in my tennis shoes? You know, am I playing tennis? Okay. Jen, is there something in your eye? Yes. I can't wink very well. We have one more look, and it is my favorite look. I hope you are ready. We have reached my favorite look. Let me know if you are surprised that this one is my favorite, but let me explain to you why I like it. So if you are new here, one of the things that I like to do the most is, number one, like monochromatic or offsetting monochromatic looks and things that are colorful. So like interesting color pairings. I mix patterns a ton. I didn't really do that a lot in the outfits that we're seeing here today, but I do mix a lot of patterns, and I just love to play around with style in that way. So this one, anytime I have a more busier pattern, so I know we don't really think of flannel as a pattern, probably, I mean, I don't, because I feel like it's such a staple, but it is in fact a pattern, and it does in fact have a lot of colors, obviously, in flannels typically. So this one, it's like looking at the flannel, I was like, what colors are in there? And anytime I have something like that, so even if this was a busy shirt with a different print on it that was not flannel, like let's just say it was just busy with like a big geometric print or flowers or whatever, I like to let the shirt guide me. Like it's almost like a cheat code, right? It's like you got this flannel and you're like, gosh, I don't even know what to wear with it. It's like, okay, we'll start by saying what colors are in the flannel. Let's pull out those colors. Let's see what's doing. I often like to pull out one of the most underrepresented colors in a look, like in a busy look. So the flannel, like, so for me in this flannel, that definitely would have been the gray color or the red color. So let me tell you kind of how we arrived here. So obviously with the pants, again, these are kind of like that fake it till they make it as a dress pant kind of a vibe. I feel like you could really dress them down or dress them up, and they very much match one of the main colors in the flannel. So like sort of that black cherry kind of a color. And then between the black cherry and the red, as the flannel blends together, you definitely have more of that maroon color, which is what's in my top. And then I always do like to pull out one of the most underrepresented colors. So for me, I wanted to pull out the red. The reds are probably not exactly exactly perfect, but for me, it's good enough. You know, it's just good enough. And then I also wanted to pull out that silver. So what I decided to do with the silver is I wanted to make sure that I paired it with silver jewelry. So as you can see here, I have kind of silver jewelry accents on, sprinkled with some gold. And the look and the silver specifically in the flannel is very cool toned. There's the C word again, just like the cool tone in the Adidas Sambas. So I really love how this came together. It is so basic. Like if you think about a lounge quasi sweatpant, a plain shirt with literally nothing on it and not even wearing a necklace, and a flannel from the men's department. But I feel like what makes it sing, as I like to say, what makes it special, because I'm always looking to make an outfit sing, is the color pairing. And you know, if you don't like the color pairing, you're not gonna like it, but that's what does it for me with this one. And it's funny, I always do these looks in advance and I'm looking back at all the footage now, and I don't know what I was doing, but I don't love the sunglasses with this one. I would have picked black. I don't know what I was doing. So it's still my favorite look though, minus the sunglasses. Jen, get it together. Get it together, Jen. I wanted to talk to you guys about where I get my shoes from, because if you haven't noticed, I mean, right now it's Adidas, right? There's a total mass craze for Adidas, but next year, last year, it'll be a different shoe, a different brand, whatever. And often you can't really go to the websites to get these brands of shoes, or it's really hard to get. They're hard to find in stores, they're sold out everywhere, etc. So I use two sites that I trust and have used to actually buy the sneakers in this video. So one is GOAT and the other one is StockX. So these are all websites that allow different sellers to provide items for sale. So like a seller could be somebody like you and me, but it also could be like a boutique or a store that has extra stock or something. And you basically can purchase them at kind of like market value, which of course generally means that you are going to be spending more. I mean, that kind of is what it is. But I have so far not been unable to find something that I've been looking for. And they do the whole verification process for you so that you know that everything that you're buying is authentic. And really everything that I've received from one of these websites is actually always shipped super quickly. I think because they essentially do a pre-authentication. I've bought stuff on eBay in the past, and I feel like on eBay you buy it and then it gets sent somewhere for authentication and then you get it. So it takes a lot longer. Here, I believe, don't quote me or let me know if you know otherwise, but I believe what they're doing is they're pre-authenticating before something's allowed to even be listed, which is why it ships so quickly. I generally get stuff when I order from one of these websites in a couple days. It's honestly, I think one time I got it next day. It was really surprising. So GOAT and StockX, they essentially work very similarly, at least for my purposes. I'm not an expert on these websites, you guys. I just go in, I search, I type what I'm looking for, and there you have it. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the Adidas Samba sizing, because I know I personally was confused, and I actually, for these shoes in particular, I was Googling like crazy because I was only finding them in men's sizes, and I was just very nervous that I was gonna order the wrong size. So I did get these from GOAT, the website that I had just told you guys about, and I ordered these in a men's size 5. Now these are a slim fitting style shoe. So I would say right out the gate, they are not wide foot friendly. They fit me fine. I would describe my foot as either a slim wide or kind of a wide regular, like somewhere in the middle there. Like I typically don't have to wear wide shoes. I'm usually fine wearing regular, but sometimes they can be a little bit tight. So what I have found with men's sizes is if you go down 2 from your women's size, so sort of like youth sizing. We've talked a lot on this channel about how I buy kids shoes to try to save money in certain, especially if it's a name brand. I didn't do that here, but in a kids you would go down 2 from your normal size typically. So like in a kids I would wear a 5 and I'm normally a women's 7. Same with men's. So in men's I would wear a 5 and I'm normally a women's 7. Now because these are much more slim fit, I would say that these fit a little bit tight. I'm okay with it. They're not uncomfortable, but I do think that they run a smidge small. So if you are concerned definitely about your foot width, or you're concerned about them being tight in any way, I would consider going down 1.5 from your women's size. So meaning I'm wearing these in a 5. I'm normally a women's 7. I feel like it probably couldn't hurt me to be wearing these in a 5.5. So just consider that how you are seeing them on me. in all the footage from this video was a size 5, but they're just a little bit tighter. I actually do wear my sneakers a little bit more fitted than probably the average person, so it doesn't bother me. And I think if I did it over again, I'd probably still order a 5, but I do want to give that disclaimer. That's gonna do it. So now that you have seen my favorite look, let me know down in the comments which one was your favorite look or how you like to style your Adidas Sambas. I am actually going to be doing 2 more specific Adidas videos for the Adidas Gazelles as well as the Adidas Campus sneakers that I recently just got and have already started making looks for. So once again, definitely consider subscribing if you want to see those videos. And I can also link up to some of my recent fall affordable outfit stylings here at the end of this video if you want to continue to stay and watch. And if you made it all the way till the end, I cannot thank you enough. Please, to let me know that you're still here, leave me a heart emoji or the secret video word of a repertoire. Don't forget to subscribe if you are awesome and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every single time that I've been in the kitchen cooking them looks. Cooking them looks. Why am I clapping? Why am I clapping? Nobody knows. And I think that's all of my stuff. My light just went out, so that's perfect timing. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!